This is the Nerdy Old Men Podcast, recognized by City View Magazine as best of the best in podcasts. And here are your hosts, the Old Bald Man Chad and Redneck Wes. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Chad. Here we are.
Producer Abby in the corner.
Hello.
That's where we put her. Because
Producer Abby gets put in the corner.
we don't put Abby in the corner. Anyway,
Get in the corner.
Yeah, we try to pretend like we know what we're doing, but we don't know.
We are highly trained and
That's
professionals.
right. That is correct. Got Stinky out here with a hat.
Yes.
Always remember Pajama Monsters, our buddies. But we got some hats. We still got some hats. I'm sure if you wanted a hat, we could get you a hat. So, but anyway, hey, Wes is crotchety and angry this morning.
More so than usual.
More so than usual.
Very tired.
That's right.
I was on vacation last week, and it did not line up with spring break for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went to California to see their aunt.
Yeah.
So they went Wednesday to Wednesday. Well, I'm back at work, so I've got to go pick them up from the airport.
Yeah.
Not being consulted on any flights or anything. They landed at 12:05 in Knoxville.
PM? I mean AM?
AM.
Oh my God.
We got to teach time to your dad.
No,
but
I'm
yes,
just I'm like, what?
So by the time we got home, it was like, I don't know, I got to bed like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you're trying to stay awake, so that you can go get them and stuff. And I don't know, somewhere around 3 o'clock, I finally got to sleep, and then back up at like 6:30 to go into work, and then worked like, I don't know, 11 hours.
Good grief. The tale of Wes.
So I'm dragging
mornings.
I'm still dragging today.
Oh, we get it. We're glad you're here. Glad you're here. You had some D&D game last night.
Yeah, so it was the Campbell County group that your brother...
Yes, Michelle J is right. Oh, by the way...
Are we going to tell that?
Yeah, I already sent it to him because you haven't seen the full thing.
I haven't seen the full thing yet.
Yeah, our good buddy Tim Rucker, like one of our favorite guys, fans of the show, done a lot of our logos and stuff. He made a caricature of Meat Shield J and a logo for him. So we appreciate that, Tim. We think that is so fun, and we give him lots of credit for that. And we're going to try to talk him into doing one of all of our regs. So, but anyway, so Meat Shield J, we will maybe use that as the thumbnail of this episode, but it'll be out there for you guys to enjoy in all of its glory.
Yes, because Jay loves being known as the Meat Shield.
So tell us about the episode the event last night.
It's funny because other than Jason, who's DMing, I'm just getting to know the other guys in the group.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because they are all new players.
Mm-hmm.
Jay is the quote unquote veteran of the team, and
I would say that for sure.
Because he played with us, yeah. But he'd always played in a like a secondary role. Like he was okay. What do I do?
Right,
And so him playing the paladin, he's got to take the lead. And they had a guy drop out, so he brought me in. So this is the second time I've played with him.
Out of the bullpen, off the bench.
Yeah, put me in.
Here comes Redneck Wes.
But it's funny because their play style is similar to ours, as in it's organized chaos.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is organized chaos. They've got to learn to check for traps and check for loot.
That's what happens with the with new players. And I know that Jason, the ultimate DM piece, will not give them hints. They'll just mess
Oh,
it.
no, it's there was, I'm trying to remember. I think I'd cast Bless because I'm playing the cleric. They needed a medic, so I was like, well, I've got a guy, I'll play him. And so I'd cast Bless, and I'm like, and Jason's like, y'all gonna have to remember that stuff because I ain't,
Yeah.
And it's funny. They come up with some very creative attack strategies and stuff, but they had just hit 5th level. And I had a cleric that was already 5th level, so I kind of had to wait on them to level up. But the last time we'd played, Theron had finally got, Fireball for his mage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
see the excitement in his eyes. I'm sure.
It was trying to know when to use it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's a change for most new mages.
Well,
It's
I mean,
normally like any.
Well, I mean, he had never
possible.
played D&D before and picked a mage. So usually people that are
Now, this is
spellcasters are
also
people that
the
have played.
this is also the character that couldn't figure out that you can't that him and his robes can't run in to fight people. I think that's what I think it was what Michel J said, but he's getting there.
But it was funny because we were fighting and a group came out and there's a demon and there's a group of cultists and they're just in this nice little circle. And
this is your time.
And well, I dog on a lot of the 2024 rules that Watsy put in D&D because they messed a lot of stuff up. But the fact that with what is it? Is it alert that you can switch your
yeah. Oh gosh, what is it? I think it's alert. Where you're talking about
where you can switch your initiative with
somebody else. Yeah, I think that's it.
So our monk does that
to put the mage up front.
made him first.
There you go.
And so we bring out
Boom.
Of course, it didn't do anything to Demon. He was a little disappointed in that, but like the 6 or 7 cultists that were right there, just boom. So that's a seminal moment for a mage, a young
good
mage.
job, sir. Good job.
So he got to use Fireball the way it was intended.
Nice.
So, but it's fun because they've been playing for a while, but they're still very, very green.
Right.
But they're learning stuff. But the problem I have is to not take the lead.
I bet Jason's having a ball.
He is, because there's times we'll cast a glance at each other and it's like, oh my gosh, it's funny because they're learning stuff that we learned 35 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's that part of it is neat. Like I said, they come up with some really creative attack strategies, and the fact that the barbarian he's using like pole arms instead of just like giant axe.
Well, see, that's cool. You don't see
he's
that
throwing
much.
like javelins and stuff, and it's like,
that's
okay,
cool.
that's a neat take on it.
Yeah.
So, but it's just they don't know how to do like kind of the role play stuff. They're still kind of
we don't know how to do the role play stuff.
I know, but it's like we were gonna go, because they had a bunch of loot they were needing to sell, and it's like, well, where do we need to go? And it's like, probably need to go to the tavern and talk, because the guy at the gate tells us, so well, that's the main place, and they're like, well, where do we go? It's like
probably the place where the guy said,
all right, guys, I'm taking the point on this, and we're gonna go there, and then the blacksmith, which was funny because he's a dwarf and his wife's an elf. We're like, but it was they're trying to sell some stuff, and they're trying to figure out how do we go about talking to this, and I'm just like, greetings, Master Smith, and I'm like, all right, guys, go. So little things like that. But Jay's starting to kind of figure out how to be the leader of the group, and bless his heart, I've been there because trying to be the leader of our group.
He's playing a paladin, right?
He's actually playing a paladin that is based off of my paladin. He's the order.
Yeah, he's in the order of Rightfall. Right?
Yeah, so cool. That's kind of funny.
That's so cool.
So, but everybody's having a good time with it. And that's
what. And I mentioned to producer Abby about it when we were talking, when you were doing one of your school projects, and she wrote a story about us in our D&D group and things like that, and how I thought it was so cool that our characters have evolved into being legendary and mentioned in NPCs.
In the lore.
You've used them. Jason's used them. I think it's really cool.
I've found a lot of ways to use them as NPCs.
Yeah.
Because, they're overpowered as all get out.
Well, that's how it is. If you
because we spent most of our time in 3rd edition, coming from 2nd edition to 3rd edition, and we were power gamers.
Yep. And
so when you like throw Lagar out there, he's like a 20-some-odd level wizard. It's like he's supposed to be powerful.
It's changing the world, is what that's doing.
Yeah, and so to see people kind of, I guess, follow in the footsteps of characters that we've already done, it's kind of neat, and it ties it all together, and
it's so cool.
But it's fun doing that. So they're learning a lot, and it's fun to kind of set back and take it all in. And I think that's what Jason's kind of doing as well, is just seeing the crazy shenanigans that they get into.
So what's it like playing just a base cleric? What race?
Human.
Human. Okay.
It's the one that we used in Brian's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The stuff that we were doing over at Ancient Lore.
Yeah.
Because I had him saved on D&D Beyond, and it was just easier than trying to roll.
You never played a full up regular just cleric, right?
Years and years ago, just some one shots and stuff that with different people. But as far as having one on the active roster, the problem is the spells is having to go. I'm like, hang on a second. I know I've got something, and it's trying to remember what everything does.
Right,
so that's different. And not being in melee.
Oh, so you're not?
Well,
not like a war cleric.
Well, he is, but I'm having to. They like to get hurt.
Oh,
so I need to kind of hang on to those spell slots to heal
until they figure out how to not get smacked as much. You probably can't go in and fight. Yeah.
Well, they're learning. I think the biggest thing is when they get another feat because they're talking about taking Sentinel, and I'm like, well, the way you guys fight it works good because they both like the Paladin and the Barbarian like to run up on stuff. I'm like, well, if one of you's got Sentinel, y'all can basically become a wall and just, and the fact that the Barbarian is stacking, I think, I can't remember what all he had. I know the monk is using a staff, but I think he's using like a glaive or something. And so he's got a 10-foot reach.
Yeah.
So he's got Polearm Master. So if you put one of them with Sentinel, or maybe both of them Sentinel, I don't know, but they'll basically just become a wall. And
what does the Sentinel do again?
If I'm remembering correctly, if you've got an ally, and you're fighting together. And I can't remember if the polearm helps with it or not, but like if they hit, basically you can reduce enemies' movements to like 0. So you basically just stonewall everything.
Yeah, hold them. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And I think there's some buffs if you have allies with you. So basically, I'm like, look, guys, y'all just become a wall and then let everybody else. We've got an NPC fighter with us, and so like, it's. Okay, I'm casting Bless, I'm putting it on the marshals and letting them run up. So they're starting to kind of learn how to fight with each other. So I'd say it'll be much more interesting because we just left Candlekeep, and we've gone to basically the first level of hell to get this. I don't even know all the backstory. I just kind of got thrown in. It's like, let's go.
No, Jason does in fact love to use the different levels of hell in his games.
Well, this is
really does.
This is actually a module campaign.
Oh, which one is it?
I have no idea. I literally just said, "Hey, you want to play? I'll be there." Okay.
You don't care. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So that was literally how I got dragged into it. Is Meat Shield Jay sent me a message and he's like, "Hey man, our cleric dropped out. Do you want to jump in?" Okay.
Yep.
So, and I think he kind of likes having an experienced player that kind of when they start getting a little out there, it's like, hey, guys, we need to.
Yeah, it helps to keep it focused.
But I don't want to take over their party, so I'm letting Jay make those decisions. But I'm like, look, guys, this is really dumb. If you do this, we'll do it. But it was cool because the monk. Jay was fighting a demon. He's up in its face, and then they're fighting and stuff. And he goes, "I'm gonna run," and he goes, "I want to like jump off his back." And so he rolls like a really high athletics check, and basically runs, jumps off Jay, hits the demon twice, but to do whatever he needed to do, he basically had to push Jay towards the demon.
Sounds like something you would do.
Well, it was just funny because he goes, "This will be really cool." And I'm like, the rule of cool.
Yes.
And so Jason made him roll for it, and he rolled like 17, 18, something like that on his athletics check. So,
last time we played our game here, that was an interesting experience too because we
were down 2 people.
We were down 2 people. Yeah. But luckily it was a situation we could handle. But it was still
there
really
was supposed
fun.
to be a lot of talk in that, and we were like, enough talk.
Which is pretty standard for what we do. It's like, we could probably talk our way into this and get a bunch of cool stuff. No, must kill. Bah.
Well, there's always something that just. Well, really, it wasn't our fault because what was it? Jason heard like an imp or something, and it was.
Well, no, actually, yeah. Jason started it. That's what he did.
That
he
was
started.
He heard something because he rolled a perception
He did.
check.
He started the fight, but I think we'd have probably gotten ambushed or something like that.
Either that or. It would have kind of like drug out into a confrontation. Well, we just got to the end point quicker,
and we thought that this woman was going to be more powerful than she was, and she wasn't. It's one of those situations where your character's in combat and
we're in Ravenloft. Everything is
evil, right? And you kill everything so fast. You think. Maybe we weren't supposed to do that.
Well,
it's like, that was a little easier than we thought.
Well, it's like when we were transporting the wine to the Abbey, and there's like
the
these
ultimate
two guys,
murder hobo here.
There's like two guys walking down, and they go hello, and I'm like fireball.
Yeah, just because he's the goat boy.
I had just got fireball and hadn't got to use it in combat.
So Wes plays a tiefling in our group, so he is the wild goat man.
Meh. I came up with a great backstory. Scott liked it.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's cool.
And I'm playing my character the way it's meant to be played, which was hilarious because Meat Shield J playing his ranger. He I think I kind of had an influence on him, and then he realized, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be lawful good.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, I'm about to cross,
smacking people around.
I'm about to cross the line.
He goes, wait a minute, I've got complete. Or he may be chaotic good, I can't remember, but he was like, he wasn't playing him that way, and he goes, I got to change my style.
So, yeah, you're a bad influence, buddy.
I do what I can.
So, I'm sure everybody's seen this new Marvel film that's coming out. What's the name of it?
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Okay, and so I know producer Abby is helping us out by doing some research.
I didn't do any prep work. I didn't come in with my bag or nothing.
Which we normally don't. So
well, I will have notes. I don't even have notes. I literally texted Abby this morning. Like, what are we talking about today?
Well, they got me on, and now I'm doing the work.
Yes, it's true.
Hey, you got to earn that producer credit. It's not just given.
I was given the producer credit. My name is in the credits.
It is true. It true.
They're using me.
That is a fact.
Well, that's free child labor, right, Chad?
That's true. Well, she's an adult, so it's not really child labor, but we're gonna open a cheap clothing business and call it Shine, and she's gonna end up having to produce it all. But no. But anyway, so Doomsday, right? Mm-hmm. And I've always had an issue. I always think that it's weird that they got Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom, and he also played Iron Man. So I don't get that. I mean, I guess there's something.
I remember when they made the announcement. I was actually on Instagram and they posted it, and I was one of the few people that was screaming no. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is great."
No, he played his part. But so they get this thing, and you were talking about, Abby, that they and I saw the video where they show all these actors' chairs with the names on the back, right? Mm-hmm. But this is supposed to be a big Marvel team up, right? Isn't that the idea of this?
Yes. This is kind of supposed to be similar to how like Infinity War and Endgame were, where it's going to be that big. It's almost like they produce smaller things. I mean, they're not small things, but they produce smaller things to make up for a big thing that'll eventually happen. And I think
it's called world building.
Yes.
Yeah. But
which what DC couldn't figure out when they did their films.
That's true.
No.
So it's going to team up a bunch of different people.
But some of the key people are missing, and that's kind of the big controversy, right? So no Spider-Man.
No Spider-Man, no Moon Knight.
Not as of yet, anyway.
Not yet, but these are some of the... So a day ago, they posted a carousel on Instagram where it was like 9 different slides of these actors' chairs, and they also did a video, and Robert Downey Jr. is at the end of this video. I really think they're capitalizing on the fact that RDJ is in this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love RDJ. Iron Man is
I think he's great.
Probably one of my favorite Marvel characters, if not my favorite, because that was one of the first Marvel movies I ever watched other than Captain America. But I think that this is a huge mistake But I know that people begged and begged for Chris Evans and RDJ to come back because they just love him. They love them so
But Evans
much.
isn't in it as of this moment.
As of
not
right
been
now,
released anyway.
But so a day ago they posted that and they announced that it's in production. So among those names were the members of the Fantastic Four. So that movie's coming out soon. That's starring Joseph Quinn and Pedro Pascal and a couple others. And then the Thunderbolts, which is a new project by them, right? Is
Which
that new?
no one cares about.
Is that new?
If you care about
Is
it,
out?
let us know because we'd like to know someone
Is
who
it
cares.
good? And then, of course, RDJ is in there, and they're really, really capitalizing on that. I mean, there's
still
several
think that's a
posts.
mistake.
There's several posts with him in it, like going like, shh.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like a whole
Well,
thing.
the big reveal that they did when they walked out and there's all the Dooms and he walks through the middle of them and takes the mask off and everybody went nuts.
Hey, RDJ will take that money.
Yeah.
Well, this is all it is.
He doesn't care.
This movie could suck and still make $2 billion.
Because everybody's want to see if these missing people are going to show up.
Well,
Which is a thing. That could be a
it's
thing, is
absolutely
they're
a thing.
not showing these, and then all of a sudden Chris Evans is going to show up and
yeah.
take the shield back.
Well, I know people.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would
That'd
be.
so cool if he caught it. Like
Now-
you
Well,
know.
now is Falcon?
Anthony Mackie's
he's in
listed
it?
in it. Yes.
Well,
he's
so-
listed as Captain America, and
So there's a
the other
chance.
guy's Falcon.
Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, yeah.
So there's a chance.
So what you're saying is there's
a
a
chance.
chance.
But will Disney take this chance to make it good? Hell no.
No, I
Does
mean,
Disney like money at this point?
they love it. They eat it up. The
Oh,
mouse.
I don't know.
I don't know. They keep putting out a lot of crap, you know.
They do.
I mean, we ain't even got to the Snow White movie yet.
right, which I dread that, and there's a lot of controversy in that.
Yeah.
Weird.
Let's
Yeah.
keep on the Marvel though.
Yeah. So here's some of the comments from underneath just one of the posts. Wow, that's it. Interesting. A lot of missing names. Another comment. No Tom Holland.
You gotta have Spidey, man.
Well, and he had announced that he was going to take a break from acting or whatever. I mean, he was at his peak. I mean, No Way Home. That was arguably.
I'm making
one
all
of-
kinds of
it's
money. I
amazing.
think I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it could totally be,
They may be doing that with him because he
yeah.
can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah,
on
he's
like
really bad about
he's
that.
bad about leaking stuff.
Oh, it could be that
they,
too.
they
Yeah.
may just, hey man, you're not in this one. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. And it's like, hey, don't go too far. We're gonna need you in Atlanta.
I know you and Zendaya are living it up, but dude, we need Spider-Man for this movie. Here's another one. I love you 3000, but where are my kings, Spider-Man and Moon Knight?
I mean, Spidey alone, though. I mean, Moon Knight has become more because of the TV show, right? I guess. And now Scotty Too Hottie is a big Moon Knight guy.
Yeah, he is a big Moon. Moon Knight's been one of those characters because, like in the '90s, they kind of brought Moon Knight back because I mean he's been around for a while, but they made him more crazy, and then like the whole played up the multiple personality things, especially in the TV show. So it's one of those. It's kind of like Deadpool. The character has changed some, and is on a popularity wave. So I think that's what's happening with Moon Knight.
It would be a good point or a reason to put him in the film, I guess.
It would be because has he interacted with anyone else from the MCU in that movie?
In the
or
TV
in the
show?
I'm
I don't know.
unfamiliar.
No.
So then this would be a chance to open that up. Here's another comment. I'm sure they have some surprises they are leaving out. Got to keep some of the mystery.
And I guess we all hope for that. I mean, they could probably make it good,
Well, I mean,
but their track record's not been great.
you know, you've got Daredevil Born Again has just come out, and there's
Have you watched any of that?
I actually have. It's actually not bad.
Is it pretty good?
It's I liked the Netflix Daredevil series a lot.
Now, this is the same guy, right?
It's the same guy. It's mostly the same people.
Just picked up by a different.
Well,
So
Disney
right?
Disney
Yeah.
is doing it instead of Netflix, and they're going with a storyline from the comics. The writing's not as tight as what it was in the Netflix series, I feel, but still, a lot of people were dogging it when it was coming out, and I'm like, it's actually really good. So I've enjoyed it. So you can hush about me not liking anything.
Charlie Cox is not listed as a cast member
No,
currently.
Okay.
Or, yeah. No, he's not listed.
But he showed up in Was it
In No Way Home.
No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if he was listed ahead of time of that, but that was like a
Because
cameo.
he's an attorney, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a cameo.
Yeah,
on
it was a
that, though.
cameo, but he's not listed in Doomsday yet. But I could totally see them doing something.
She-Hulk's not in there, right?
I don't know who plays She-Hulk. 'cause I
Who
wouldn't know.
cares?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I didn't even watch it because I bought into all of my friends saying that it sucks, so I didn't even try.
I actually finished it, but it just kept getting worse. And I was like, what are they doing?
It's just like I got to see when it's like a train wreck.
I mean,
you got to
seriously,
watch
it's like
it.
when you go by a real bad car wreck and everybody stops to rubberneck.
Everybody's damning. They're, damn.
But you know, you've got the Punisher. There has been a Miss Marvel reference in the Daredevil series.
Yes.
So I mean, they're trying to. I think there was even a Jessica Jones reference because it's talking about one of the investigators because she was an investigator in her series, and he said, "Well, he's a better investigator than she is."
Oh,
and so
okay.
they're kind of
That's
still
cool.
dropping because it's all in that New York area.
Yeah, so
They all kind of had their own little areas that they kind of patrolled. So it is possible to have like Moon Knight, you know, Daredevil, Punisher, some of these other characters that have had like the TV shows.
Punisher would be cool.
That would be so cool. Is this supposed to be the end of it?
Of the MCU?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
As long as it makes money, it'll never end.
No, they do those phases or whatever. So
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the blueprint worked so well, and in it, a lot of it got to be lazy writing, and it was, hey, we've got you for 6 pictures, and then when that's up, it's like, well, you know, I've kind of played the same character because. And this is one thing, like Anthony Mackie said that I agree with. It's like he goes, Anthony Mackie is not a movie star. You know, Falcon is the movie star. You know,
right.
it's like it's the character
Yeah.
has become the star. So, do you replace people? You know, I mean, they did it with War Machine. You know,
Well, they don't want to replace people. They want to reuse people.
What do you mean, like AI?
well, no,
CGI or something?
It's
Or what do you mean?
recast.
no, it was like recasting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're
Because
saying.
Terrence Howard was Rhodey in the first Iron Man movie, and then he was replaced with Don Cheadle after that.
Well, maybe in some things you could, like the Mandalorian. They don't have to have Pascal. They can just leave his helmet on and have somebody that talks like him.
Well, what I'm saying though is you could continue. You know, it's kind of like what they did with Batman and Superman. You know, you could,
yeah.
If you don't have to tell the same story. I don't need an origin story because you got a different actor.
That's true. That's true.
Because I think they handled it the best way you could in the second Iron Man movie when they said, well, we're calling in James Rhodes, and he's like Rhodey, and he walks in, he goes, look, it's me, I'm here, deal with it, which was kind of a little nod to the fans. It's like, yeah, it's a different actor, we get it, just go with it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I mean, could you do that with a Captain America, with an Iron Man? I mean, I know Tony died and all, but supposedly they're going to bring back a clone something.
Probably has something to do with the multiverse and all that.
The multiverse,
you know.
as great of an ideal it is, it gets to be lazy writing.
That's what I was about to say. It does give them an out on about everything because they can fix everything.
Which the one thing I didn't understand is why they're like, well, we're from a different universe, and it's like, well, why don't you look the same then? If it's the same,
Yeah.
you know, and I get it. You know, you've got different actors from different things. It worked with the Spider-Man. You know, you had
Yeah,
different.
that was. I'm always going to be in.
I just
support of
wanted
that.
them to all do the.
Yes.
You know, that was
They
the one
kinda
thing that was
did.
missing.
Yes.
They kind of did, but I wanted it to actually be like the meme, just like
Yeah.
pointing at each
Yeah.
other.
I love that, and I'd like to see more of that. I think Marvel. I mean, everybody thinks of Marvel as like, you know, DC's really dark, and you know, and then Marvel's got that comedic value, and
Well,
I think that they
there
use
was
that to
some-
their advantage
there
with
was
No
some-
Way Home.
There was some comedic value in DC. The reason everybody was complaining about it being dark, it was just too dark, couldn't see anything.
Well, that
Literally too dark.
Turn the
something.
contrast stuff on the
Yeah,
TV so you
like
can see what's happening.
like the Batman. I really liked that because, and I've mentioned it before, because it really harked back to the Detective Comics style of Batman,
Yeah.
where he's really looking for clues and he still made mistakes and things like that. But it was just a little bit too dark. You turn it up just a little bit.
So you see what's happening.
I get the like ambiance or whatever.
I'm hiding
but-
in the shadows and stuff, but
just
literally
a
it doesn't
little
mean
bit
I can't
more.
see
It's
what's
like,
going
what
on.
the hell is is that?
It's like one episode of what was it, Game of Thrones, where everybody was fussing because you couldn't see what was going on because it's like happening at night. We don't have no lights on set.
That's one way to make it cheaper. you can film that in the yard. Nobody'd ever know.
All right.
But
as a closing for that, this is the last comment that I have saved. We just witnessed history. Marvel is officially back. Do you think? Yeah.
well, that's a fanboy statement, is what that is.
Yeah.
I believe it when I see it. I mean, people still buy tickets. People still buy merch. They still follow the stuff. I mean, you're wearing a Coulson for President shirt. Of course, you've had that a while.
I've had this for a while.
But it's so they're going to keep doing it until they don't make any money, and they may even continue to do it. I don't know. But I mean, again, I'm not a super Marvel fan. I like it.
Yeah.
I do like it, but I haven't watched much of the new TV stuff or the film. A lot of the
Well, there's just
films.
a lot of them. They've gotten where they've gone after characters that nobody really cares about. I don't want to say cares about, but it's like they're not.
That's a money thing too. You expand the repertoire.
Yeah, as you
Put
get
more people out there, and that means more action figures and more T-shirts.
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
you know.
More.
Yeah.
But it's some of the best stories, and they've changed stuff like what happened with the Infinity War that changed because, spoiler alert, Gamora was the one that made the snap. Or Nebula, excuse me. Nebula was the one that made the snap in the comics.
Yeah.
So,
Switch it up.
well, you've built your entire movie franchise on Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true. So and that was okay. Blade was, I guess.
Blade saved Marvel.
Yes.
People
okay.
don't realize that.
Yes.
It made.
But I think what they consider the first
MCU is
film
the first Iron Man
was the
film.
first Iron Man.
But you can throw Hulk in there. There's a couple of different things that.
Well, but one more thing, and I think you mentioned it, but it has what's his name playing Gambit, right?
Yeah, Channing Tatum is listed as a cast member.
I liked
I love Gambit.
I liked Gambit in that film.
It's
I thought
Farmer
he did good.
Friend from The Waterboy.
I still thought it was good.
Throw the car down on him.
I will go watch the movie solely for that.
Yeah, I like
I love
She's
Gambit.
grinning over here.
I think Gambit is so much fun.
he played the character well, I think, but it was one of those things we've talked about before where he wanted to play that.
He was originally
They
supposed
had
to have
deal,
a movie.
yeah, and it never happened.
Yeah.
So he wanted to do that, and this is a chance. So for someone who's clearly a fan of a character, I hope that it goes well for him.
Yeah.
Because I thought his portrayal of him in Deadpool Wolverine was good.
Yeah.
Albeit, relatively small, but it was still cool to see.
Well, I think there was actually supposed to be I think Ghost Rider was actually supposed to be in there as well, and that it fell through.
That would have been cool too, because you got Blade, or you got Blade in him.
Blade,
that would have been cool.
Yeah,
Elektra.
those three. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to that movie though. It kind of brought Wesley Snipes back into the fold, and the line, because there was supposed to be another Blade movie with different actor stuff, and I don't know, it's in production limbo right now. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Well, if it ain't Wesley Snipes, I don't want none of it.
Well, when he said they were talking about he said something. He said, "Well, I don't know. There've been 6 Punishers or something." He goes, because he comes in with the rocket launcher, and they're like, "Where'd you get that?" He goes, "It's Frank's." He goes, "Only one blade. Only ever been one blade." So it was kind of like a little jab there. But Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman.
None of them were listed.
None of them are listed.
I don't know how well that's going to go over for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's got other issues.
Yeah.
He's got
he's got some problems. He's got some problems.
Embarrassing.
he's got some issues.
We have Tim Rucker in the chat.
Hey, Tim.
I missed his earlier message. I'm sorry, Tim. But
Gosh, producer Abby.
Q Wild Thing for Wes's entrance was what he said.
There we go.
Yeah. And then he said that Thunderbolts is his most anticipated movie of the year.
Really, Tim?
Right,
He's
Tim,
wanting
we
to,
need
he's
more
wanting to use
information.
that U.S. agent outfit.
That's what it is. There is a cosplay
Opening day.
reason for that, Rucker. I guarantee it.
He's got a really nice U.S. agent
Yeah, I've
costume.
seen it. Every one of his costumes are great. Freaking don't even forget about it. It's just good. So, but I know there's a cosplay reason behind him being the Thunderbolts guy. There has to be. So.
Well, I mean, there's a couple different versions of Thunderbolts, if I remember correctly, but I'd like to see Frank in the MCU. I don't know if it'll happen. Because going back to like you said earlier, there's so much secrecy, and sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
So we give you a taste of what's going to be in the movie, and then just boom, 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 boom.
That would be a cool way to do it.
But I just don't want it. I just don't want it to be like 30 just fan service moments. Where it's just like he's in for like one scene.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's because you can kill a film with nothing if it's just cameos.
Yeah, that's true.
Does it do anything to help the story? Where it's just like, oh look, there's this cool thing, and there's this cool Easter egg, and there's it.
Right.
Does it really help the story?
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I do not like the casting of RDJ as Doctor Doom, I hope it's a good story.
Yeah, I hope it's good enough to where you can forget.
Yeah.
I can forget that, well, that guy looks just like Iron Man.
Oh my gosh, it's Tony.
Well, I'm hoping once the mask goes on, it stays on.
Masks being on is apparently not a thing anymore.
No, but also, why would they even bother? I mean, if they really wanted to make this some kind of really big thing, they should have never told us who was going to play Doctor Doom, and it should have been.
But actors are about the face.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's got to be something there.
I will argue though the 2012 Judge Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
All you see is this much of Carl Urban's face.
That's true.
And he gets all the emotion, everything conveyed in the film.
That's true.
He never takes the helmet off.
So one other thing is, I know that producer Abby is a big Minecraft fan. I know there's a Minecraft movie coming out.
There is.
And I know you're about it. So what have you heard? You heard anything?
Yes, plenty of things. This is my most anticipated film of the year, Tim Rucker, and it should be yours too. But I'm not saying that I think it'll be good.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
She leads this off. This
Let me
movie's not
just
going to be
say
good, but
that one of my other most anticipated films of the year was Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was not good. But I thoroughly enjoyed it because
Well, you were a fan.
I'm a fan, and if you're a fan, you want it to be good. But you're going to go see it anyway. And that's how the MCU is going to play out for everybody, too, because they have such a big fan base. But the Minecraft movie comes out April 4th.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I have a Minecraft tattoo, so I am...
Yes, you
This
are
is
a
everything
Minecraft
to me.
person, yes.
Yes. Did you know this?
I didn't know it was a Minecraft tattoo.
Yeah,
I
it
knew
is.
you had. I'm like, because
Yep.
you'd posted something one time. I'm
Yep.
like, you got tattoos at home, quit.
Yeah. So, if you don't know, it's called A Minecraft Movie, and they've been talking about this for a long time. Apparently, it's been in talks for over 10 years.
Is this the one that's got Jack Black and
It
Jason
does.
Momoa?
This has
does
Jack
have
Black and Jason Momoa, but Jack Black was also in one of the Star Wars shows, and I loved him
He
in
was in
that.
The
I thought he
Mandalorian.
was great.
He I didn't.
Him and Lizzo.
They actually played a halfway decent part in that one
It
episode
was
of The
good.
Mandalorian.
Don't
Yeah,
lie.
all
They
right.
were perfect for that. Now, I will say that I do not think that Jack Black even had to get in character for this role. He quite literally looks the same as he always has.
Oh, in Minecraft?
Yeah, he looks crazy.
And he's
and then-
Steve, right?
Yeah, he plays Steve. He doesn't look like any.
Steve?
Steve is like the guy in Minecraft, like the dude with the blue shirt and
Yeah.
the
I
and
haven't
the
played
pants.
Minecraft. I have no
Yeah, but
idea.
you've seen him. You've seen him. But anyways, Jason Momoa plays some garbage man. Apparently, I don't really know. It's a live act. It's like halfway live action, halfway not. I don't love that. I was hoping for maybe a dark fantasy thing, but kids still play Minecraft, so I guess you can't really do that. But I mean, come on, kids have access to the internet. Like, just let them watch a scary movie about like trying to build a house and then you blow up and you die. So
Facts.
it comes out soon. I'm gonna go see it. Brady's gonna go see it.
Yep.
But they're really capitalizing on merchandise. But I'm pretty stoked about it. So as everybody knows, Dune started the whole, like, it didn't start it, but it really brought out the popcorn bucket thing.
Yeah,
the Dune movie. The goofy looking popcorn bucket, and then they did one for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So Cinemark and Regal are both bringing out exclusive merchandise for Minecraft. Cinemark is doing the TNT popcorn tub and the chicken jockey popcorn and drink vessel.
I sent you that stuff. Yes.
It's so cool.
What?
Yes.
I need an explanation
so
here.
I wish I could. We need to figure out a way to put
We're
the
gonna figure
images
out
on
how to
there.
do that, yeah.
But the chicken jockey is a chicken with a baby zombie on it, and it's a popcorn and a drink vessel.
Yeah.
And
This
it
looks
retails
like
for only $25.
This looks like Frankenstein
Yeah.
riding a chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
And-
looks like.
Oh my god! Now
Yeah.
the TNT popcorn bucket is
That's pretty sick, and that's
yeah.
Cinemark. So Cinemark did that, but
Cinemark
Regal,
has. That's where I got my Gladiator.
Were
stuff
they the ones
was
that did the
Cinemark.
D&D the D20 for?
I think so. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
maybe?
Cinemark's been kind of doing that.
So then Regal is also coming out with their own stuff. They are going to do a regular Creeper tin, like just a tin, and that one retails for $15. But they're also doing the pink sheep and the Creeper cup. So
Nice.
She's
the
apparently very
pink sheep.
excited about this creeper
I'm
cup.
so stoked. I really want the pink sheep. Personally, it's literally a pink sheep, and its back opens up, and it looks like it might be fuzzy. So I need that for my room. But so that's.
So if any of our listeners get
If you
a
find
pink
it,
sheep,
please.
I think you can pre-order that stuff
You can
too. So
upcharge me for it. It's fine. So yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclusive items that they're gonna sell just for concession purposes.
I did not realize Minecraft was that big a deal.
It's huge.
It's huge. You would
It's
love
huge.
it.
It's actually for
It's
like
stress relieving.
no,
Well, there
it's
was
actually
some-
for all ages.
All
mean,
ages.
There was some little
everyone-
building game that I had on Xbox, but it wasn't Minecraft, and yeah, I can understand that, but I just didn't
Sandbox
realize.
games are really fun. It's been around for a long time. They
Well,
keep
like,
updating
Well,
it.
like we've played D&D for decades.
Yes.
This
Well,
is my D&D.
She's played Minecraft since I don't even know.
I mean, me and Brady grew up
you're-
playing it.
Yeah, I mean, you were
Yeah.
very little, and
Let's
her
see when
her,
that
her
come
and her
out. I
other
should know.
friends still play together, and I mean, it's a big thing. I mean, I know people at work that play it. as
2009.
adults, and yeah, and
May 17th, 2009 is when Minecraft
and they
came out.
always put these updates, and these people build huge elaborate things, and it's pretty cool.
It is so much fun. It was just something that like,
I've never
grew up
played it,
with.
but I've watched hours of it,
yeah,
with them. So,
But me and Brady grew up playing it. That's why I accredit it to a big reason why we're so close. Because I mean, and now he plays it in his room, and this goes back to like the basis of this podcast and like why you guys started it is because you guys would just sit around and talk about stuff forever, and you wanted other people to hear it. Is like I grew up on Discord with my friends or on FaceTime with my friends, Ella and all of them too, where we would play Minecraft together and for hours. I mean, hours. I would wake up before school in middle school to play Minecraft with my friends and then go to school. I mean, the under eye bags were insane. They still are. But I mean, it follows you. And then I hear my brother, who's
Doing the
about to be
same thing.
16, doing the same thing with his friends, and I just hear him talking about, oh, there's a creeper,
Yeah.
like those that's huge. So like for this movie to come out, it's gonna be horrible. I just know that, and that's the
well, maybe there'll be
know?
some good fan service moments in it. Like
I
I saw,
think so.
I saw some little video clips of the villagers, and they look just like the villagers, and they go sound that they do
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's just
Yeah.
So that'll be neat to see and stuff like that.
so that's really really exciting. So
But I
that's
am
gonna be a
actually
lot of
glad
fun.
they're doing that with those general characters. They're making them blocky and looking like
Yes.
the stuff.
Yeah.
So you have these humans, actual actors in there, and that's fine. But all the other stuff aren't. They're
Mm-hmm.
not actors. They look like the
Yeah,
video
it's like
characters,
from the
which
game.
I think is good in that aspect of it.
I think that goes in with the story. I'm pretty sure they get sucked into the game, so that's why they are
Where are they? Yeah,
live
they're
action,
human.
and the rest of it is not.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that'll be really exciting. But tons of places are doing merchandise for this. Walmart's doing merchandise for this. Target's doing merchandise for this.
Everybody jumping in.
Yeah, Nick's Professional Makeup's doing merchandise for this.
Is that what you were talking about before the show
Yes.
started? She was like super excited about that.
I'm
Is it like
stoked.
special effects makeup to make you look like a creeper? Is it like regular makeup?
No, it's regular
Herself
makeup.
like a creeper, like running around doing the show.
Buy your wife a Minecraft blush. Do it now. Do it now. It's iconic. It's amazing.
We have women listeners too, so they can buy it for themselves.
Yeah.
Do it now. They should hire me.
Yeah, that's right.
Minecraft, sponsor me.
What's the
Thanks,
name of
Cookie.
That's producer Abby at the Nerdy Old Man Podcast.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool though. So that was something that I'm glad you brought in, because I was like, oh yeah, I know we got some Minecraft players and stuff that are fans of the show.
Well, I mean, it's going back to the genesis of the show. Telling stories about the D&D stuff for us mostly, but now hearing that you all have those moments, there's that thing that binds that generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah.
May not understand it, but can appreciate it.
Nerdness is still alive.
This is true.
It's so alive. It's so alive and breathing.
I know I had told the story about Kaylee getting her lightsaber.
Yes.
She's become my little Star Wars nerd.
Yes,
I'm like,
there
excellent.
you go.
Well, just recently
Doing well.
recently had a birthday. Getting older. But my buddy John, he may be in the chat. If you see Zero Cool, tell him I said hey. They did a surprise party for me. They got me. Vengeance will be mine. But and got some really neat gifts. But one of the things, Kaylee had done this. Now they were in California when I had my birthday, and they had worked it out. They had got when we were in Lexington. Kaylee got me a gift and had got it to John, and she paid for mostly with her money. I think she had to go to the bank of mom to.
That's sweet. Yeah.
But she bought me a lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
And I've got a lightsaber, but she bought me one because we were looking.
Well, you've been disappointed in that Ultra Saber.
Ultra Saber, I like the hilt, but like the electronics and everything, and their customer service sucks.
Gotcha.
Do not buy from Ultra Sabers. You can quote me on that. But the guy that had the booth, we were looking, and because Isabel had got her Harry Potter autograph, and I'm like, basically anything from here down you can get. If you want to get the cheap ones, you can get like two.
Yeah, right.
Or you can get a more expensive one. And we were looking, and she was trying to figure out which one that she liked. I said, well, this is the one that Daddy likes because it's very simple. I don't like all the bumps and widgets and stuff on the hilt that some people like to make it screen accurate.
You're a simple.
I am a very simple man. I think Leonard Skinner wrote the song about me.
Not so sure.
I think that was one of those backhanded comments.
Oh, it was. It was.
But for the fighting style that I like with the lightsaber, you don't like having all this crap in the way. And she
freaks.
Yeah, she found the one that she liked, but I had just made an offhand comment. I said, because of the way I do so, I said, this is the one that I would like. Didn't think another thing about it. And that kid went and bought it.
Aww,
so Pumpkin,
that's awesome.
Daddy appreciated that. I told her she didn't have to do that, but that was something she wanted to do. So
well, that's very sweet.
I got a new lightsaber for my birthday.
That's really.
Well, it's funny because as soon as we got home from Kentucky, like we were out in the yard like fighting. She was so excited about it. So to see that, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe becomes her little nerd because Isabel is a Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And so Kaylee's kind of Star Wars. So that's
when you raise your kids right, they get you
I
cool
know,
stuff.
right?
I bought him Landon. Scotland, so
Yeah, she did. She bought me some land in Scotland. So
he's a lord.
I'm Lord
Chad.
Lord Old Bald Man Chad.
Yes. Matter of
Now
fact.
that's a mouthful.
Yes.
Oh, Rutger's gonna have fun with that one.
Rucker did say, not just for the cosplay, it just looks like a fun time.
I'm teasing with you, but your cosplay's badass.
I responded with an emoji. That goes
Hey man, that's good. It's a good show. Good show. I think that we cover some pretty fun topics. I think it's a good thing that we have producer Abby in here to keep us in line.
Yes,
Keeps things rolling pretty good. So, yeah.
we're doing pretty good for Square Wheels.
Block wheels, if
This
you
is
will.
the island of misfit toys. And Nabby just wants to be a dentist. No. Until next time, this is Old Bald Man Sam with Redneck West and producer Abby.
Y'all.
I'm looking like money. Let me get right now.